오, 어함. 뭐요? Hello. Welcome. Ohamu. Hello, Poppy. Hello, Bio Penguin. Hello, thank you for all the observatory check-ins as well. How you guys all doing? All right. A new month is upon us. Let's hydrate first. It's great now because Amuo is here. Oh, Poppy, I missed you so much when you were gone. I was like, oh, every day, quite quiet with no Poppy around and Poppy streaming, and I was like, oh, now that she's back, I can enjoy your presence now. Okay. So let's begin. I do know we obviously today is the second to last day before it hits April, but I'm doing all my tarot readings at the beginning of the week, and this is the beginning of the week closer to the week of the beginning of April than not. Let me see when so like in May, let me see when May happens. May 1st is on a Friday, so I would start it like on May 4th, or which would be a Monday, so we'll be like a little bit days behind, just whatever is the closest to the Monday that is nearby. But yeah, let's do a little like checkup on how we were doing like the last month. Yeah, I'm really sorry about my nose. I've been having I have been having really bad allergies, so I do apologize if I sound like I'm sick. Like my nose is kind of stuffy, but it's like also really dry. I'm trying to like I'm sure you guys have heard, like I'm just like been sniffling on and off during streams, but like I'm trying my best not to sound like all you guys hear is my sniffling. I do apologize if you guys do hear it though. So yeah, I'm not sick, okay? Like just my nose is itchy, it's dry, everything sucks, but here we are. Okay, so to look back on the beginning of February or March, the beginning of March, of what information the cards has told us for what was gonna be happening in March. Excuse me. So the theme we got was to be less self-critical, letting go of pain, healing, the challenges that would come out from that is implementing those changes that you want in your life, or finding your true potential. There might be some lack of willpower to like time to inhale steam for allergy. Gone sniffles, yeah. A big advice for March was to be able to set boundaries, cultivate resilience, embrace your confidence, things like that. So for those who have been to my previous readings but are new to like today, I am switching to monthly readings instead of weeklies, and I think it gives me more time to I guess the best way possible to say is like read the stars properly. Like have enough energy for it, feel confident in my readings. So yeah. So my future reading spreads will be, the first card would be the theme, like what is the energy for the month, what are the challenges we need to overcome, and then the advice or action to handle the month ahead of us. There's always times like I'm about to sneeze and I don't sneeze at all. And I'm just like, why would you ever do this to me? I am in so much pain. Okay. Let me get my trusty booklet out. And my pen. As usual, I'll be doing the monthly reading for everyone, and then at the end, I will do some community readings as well for individuals. I don't know if I'll be doing anything else past that or even the rest of the day, because I might just take it easy. Again, I'm really sorry about how I sound. I'm not sick, I'm just dying from I'm dying from dealing with allergies. Okay. So let's get going. Theme, challenges, and advice. Okay. Ugh, okay. No, I always do community key readings at the end of this month and also at mid-month. So you guys will still also get your community readings after the general monthly reading as well. Nothing wrong with that. I did that for March as well, since you guys had got some readings in previously. My god, I sound so bad. I am very sorry with how I sound. Oh my god. Like I hear myself and I'm like, I sound like shit. Okay. Alright, let's begin. So the theme for upcoming April is the reversed Ace of Wands. Okay. Ace of Wands reverse. Ouch. My cat is meowing at me. My microphone can't pick. Oh, yes. Okay. I mean, don't bug me. I mean, you can bug me, but okay. So, Ace of Wands reverse means there's like a lack of passion, lack of energy, creative blocks. Oof, that's painful. I hope that doesn't happen to me. Lack of passion, lack of energy. Creative block. Delays, like maybe you've been pushing stuff behind. Alright, so the general reading for the Ace of Wands, it indicates that there are like trials that you will be facing in the near future. You might not have any direction, which leads to many to be uninspired, unmotivated. You don't know how to get out of that slump at all. Oh no, this sounds so bad. Okay, not that I try to truly follow the cards, but if this is something that's happening, I better find out how to deal with it. Let's see. In case you already have a goal in mind, you're just not excited to achieve it. When you draw a reverse Ace of Wands, you should consider to take some time off to allow inspiration to come to you. Wait, this is like literally why. What is my cat doing? Sorry, I just like hear her like banging around a bit. Okay, yes, what? Okay, hold on, I'm so sorry. Like, I know you guys can't hear my- oh god. You want uppies? Come here. I'm not gonna help you if you don't wanna come over here. Oi. Hi, Layla. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore you then. You're impeding on my reading time. You wanna hear the cat? Wait, okay, hold on. I think it's the noise removal. Baby? Okay, she just ran off. Okay, she literally ran off after I like said like, oh, you can come by. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna just, if you guys do want to just hear my cat in the background, I'll have the noise removal off, but there might be just like background noise you guys end up hearing anyways. Like my chair squeaking and more sniffling, so I apologize. Okay, you feel weighed down by your current commitments and responsibilities that you can't come up with new ideas. So, or you muster the passion to push forward in your projects. Ace of Wand reversal meaning can also indicate delays in your current project. Excuse me. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. I really apologize. Maybe. Okay, but there are things that could be getting in your way. Or like you have an idea of what you want to do and you just don't know how to execute it. In this case, you should be patient and wait for the right time. Okay, honestly, this is like literally me saying like, I'm gonna make my Toho Tarot cards and I just never started them. So maybe it's a future project. So it could be like, you know, you have short-term passion, there may be a lack of excitement going on. Feeling uncreative, there's a lack of progress in the middle of work or even in like relationships. There might even be financial losses or poor financial decisions. Oh no. Did I drop my pen and it started inking? Should be fine. Just hope my pen didn't break or anything. Alright. So the themes for this upcoming month of April, maybe like art blocks, creativity blocks, creative blocks. Lack of inspiration, and energy. Maybe like time or money loss. Loss of time. Like, you know how that saying is like time is money? Things like that. So, could be both. Alright, so what are the it does already sound like a freaking challenge for me. Why are you saying this is more challenging towards other things? Alright, 10 of Wands, okay. So we're going with a lot of wand cards today. I don't think we ever got 10 of Wands before. I mean, if we did, I can't recall, like, what it means from the top of my head at the moment. Okay, 10 of Wands means there is burden, challenges, or, well, yes, responsibilities. Let's go with obligations. Burnout. Oh my god. Everything's not good looking. Dude, why would you say all of this to me? Hello, Psychic Flora. Welcome, welcome. Alright, the card shows that you've already completed the circle struggle. After spending too many resources and a lot of energy looking for success, you finally overcome the obstacles. The sweat off your brow was worth it. Your efforts have been rewarded. You may find yourself in a world of abundance where poverty and suffering have no chance to intervene. Although this sounds marvelous and satisfying, the card depicts a lot of responsibilities on your side. You are now the sole problem solver in your circle of family and friends, which could even propel you into another world of challenges. You're also flooded with responsibilities to maintain your success. The businesses that you've started are flourishing and keeping you on your toes, but the main problem is that these issues can overwhelm you. And if you lose control, you'll have to make sure you know how to prioritize and solve the relevant challenges ahead of you. So, that's cool. Challenges could be like being overworked. Or, like maybe, like for burden, it could be like burden, like responsibilities or burdens, like issues in like your relationship, or like financial expenses are pretty tough. Cards literally like, you're gonna have a bad April, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, thank you. All right, what's our advice card to deal with all this crap? What is this? 6 of Pentacles reverse. What? what's your vice good old card of 6 of Pentacles reverse? Okay, none of this makes sense to me yet. Hold on. Still writing stuff down. I'm like, what are you trying to tell me, you know? Oh, Pablo, hello. Thank you for gifting a sub to Anya. And it's your first gift sub into the channel. Thank you. Congrats, Anya, on being subbed now. Now you can punchies a lot. Okay, so this is about inequality. Power dynamics. Oh, sorry, how lack of help. Okay, let me read some cards. Alright, reverse 6 of Pentacles can suggest charity can be one way. If you have loaned someone money, you should not be expected the money to be paid back or your favor to be returned in the future. You should be cautious about the people you're lending money to, especially if you're not financially stable. You can also have problems with spending and giving away more than you can really afford. 6 of Pentacles can also warn you about the debts that you have. You should be careful of entering business endeavors during this time. Could end up with a huge loss instead of getting a return in your investment. I hope I'm not getting ink on my face. I'm like scratching my face, or like scratching my nose a bit, and then I saw like my thumb has ink on it, and I'm like, oh no, like did I just give myself a mustache? The last 6 of Pentacles reversal meaning is that there's selfishness related to giving and charity. There may mean that you're willing to give others in a way that's not to benefit them, but to benefit yourself. You should be cautious and that you are not just being charitable to prove that you're giving or generous to others. The source of the generosity should be selfless, not selfish. So honestly, in my advice, it's just like, be aware of how much you're giving. Let's see, like in terms of giving and receiving, the reverse 6 of Pentacles suggests that you should reassess your approach. It's time to shift your focus inward, prioritizing self-care over external care. Oh my god, they're like, more self-care. Self-care yourself now. Consider you are overextending yourself or neglecting your own needs in favor of others. Remember, I literally in March, they were like, set boundaries, and this card again is still being like, set boundaries. Self-care, set boundaries. I guess me or some other folks have not set enough boundaries, so we gotta set out more. Set boundaries. Reflect on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Give yourself time and have a moment to balance yourself. Yeah, okay. I'm quite nervous because my work at the moment has been like really busy and picking up, and I'm getting a little reading all of this, they're like, you're gonna have a creative art block. there's gonna be issues in your relationships with like your coworkers, the financial burdens, and I'm like, no, 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 don't say all those things. And it's like, remember to self-care, set boundaries. I'm like, what? When am I able to ever to do that? It doesn't work. It's like, be for real right now. Okay, I mean, I'm not one to try to like one-to-one the cards, but it's just really funny to me that they're just like, hey. Okay. Okay, I have set up open to draw cards now. So feel free to let me know. So let me know if you guys would like a reading. Where's my god, I just like lost everything. Okay. Me. Okay. Sure thing, Poppy. Previously, you had gotten so many cards that was like, hey, be careful about spending money, and you were consistently getting that. I actually do wonder how that has changed now that you finished your trip. Cause they're like, do not go gambling, don't make poor financial decisions. If you have greed, you have to be careful, you know? Yeah, of course we have a general reading for you, Poppy. Oh yeah, it's okay, no worries. Alright, King of Swords. Okay, we're literally out of Poppy is not having to deal with like money problems anymore at this moment. So Poppy, gen reading is King of Swords. I don't think we ever got a King of Swords card yet, so... King of Swords upright means there's reason, authority, discipline, morality, high standards, and strict, so... Discipline... Strictness... High standards... So, the King of Swords appears in a reading suggests that you should remain objective in your current situation. You must establish truth by sticking to facts. The King of Swords has this intellectual power, and that implies that you need to use your mind to make your points known and attain your goals. Besides your experience in education, you need to be sharp and observant to see deeply into problems that would be coming your way. You are king, yes. I made a great financial decision to buy plenty of Touhou merch, and I am now out of money, filled with joy. The King of Swords meaning shows that you need to be stern in your role while ensuring that you have a clarity of mind at all times. When you're judging a situation, you need to consider all possible consequences to make an appropriate judgment. You will also have to leave your emotions out of the judgment so to maintain rational thinking at all times. As far as your personal life goals, the King of Swords urges you to use your intellect and logic to maneuver the path that lies ahead of you. If there are any issues that you need to confront, you have to make a sober decision, as in, like, you know, without any influences from outside, whether that's like from drinking or like emotionally, like people, things like that. You have to be impartial with your thoughts. Like maybe in like romance, you gotta have like controlled emotions, not controlling other people's emotions. It's like controlled, like your emotions need to be controlled if things go awry. You might be challenged at work to do the best you can. Maybe with like financial, you have to act logically. Yeah, this is it sounds like it's a very cold card, but it might be important to be like, oh, like recognize that the place that you're in to make these choices are kind of important. So like the King of Swords is someone who is cool but also ambitious. Though they have like emotions, they can be restrained because they're relying on their intellect and logic. You would approach various relationships ethically and very respectively. Like whether or not it's romantic, you're very likely to express yourself bluntly, or you're looking to express yourself more in that way. If this card is not to represent a person, it could come from just having high standards with like what you do, your work, with the people around you. Big brain decisions, yeah. Like you're looking to challenge yourself to be your best self, and while still remaining to your own principles. You want to progress further in your career, but still staying in your like path of standard, like not being more or less of what you expect from yourself. Maybe like in your own feelings, like emotionally, you have like a clear mind of what you want, or like your decision making is very clear. Maybe you're analyzing your feelings and seeking like truth over like the illusion. Gotta remember to embrace rationality and acknowledge the importance of the emotional depth in navigating, whether it's like relationships or your work, things like that. Yeah, so just remember to embrace that for it to, if you need to make any decisive action. You have high standards and you're watching on road. Yeah. Is this part of your high standard decision making? But yeah, yeah, of course. Thank you for letting me do a reading for you. I hope you enjoyed that. It's nice seeing you here again, Poppy, and I hope you've been enjoying getting back into the swing of things. Probably you're making great decisions, amazing decisions as we speak. What are you cooking? That was a decision that you made. Alright, general for Virgil. Okay. I do recall last time we spoke. Ooh, wings on the pan with butter. That sounds so good. Dang, wish that were me. Getting wings on a pan in butter. Oh. Oh, I want to eat so bad. Okay. Let's see. I do remember last time you were talking about your job and like how you're feeling about like dealing with that, or your worries with the job situation. So let's see how that, well, outside of just job specifically, let's see how you're doing in general via the cards. Virgil. And we receive for Virgil a reverse 6 of Wands. Just did your first week? Oh my gosh, congratulations. So 6 of Wands reverse is lack of achievement, lack of recognition, maybe no rewards on what you've been doing. That sounds really sad, but I will go into this a little bit better. Let me fill this out. Talking about food, I'm kind of hungry. I might like grab a snack before I make food. Okay, so when this card is seen reversed, this does suggest that you might find yourself doubting all of your abilities, as well as your potential to achieve any kind of success. You might be feeling particularly negative about your entire self as you have failed others as well as yourself. This is a symbol that you do lack confidence and drive that you need to achieve. You need the overall support as well as recognition of third parties in order to pick you up, to emotionally provide you with some much needed strength. Your confidence might be feeling low right now. The verse 6 of Wands can suggest that you're not getting the kind of recognition that you believe you deserve, whether it's like from work or like people around you, from like understanding how hard like you've probably been working. You may feel like you're looked over, that like you're finding yourself like finding yourself thinking like, oh, there's like so much other people that are like better than me, you know, like how did I get here or whatever. The thing is, oftentimes you just need an attitude change, like ensure that like those feelings that you have need to like not be about like, not to be bitter about it. You gotta have like confidence and positivity around you. Maybe like for example, like, I mean, just from like what I just know, like for example, you might be like, oh, the flower standee I made, like maybe not a lot of people understand how hard that was, right? Like you wish that more people could understand that you put a lot of work into that. But like, you know, you can twist that perspective and be like, oh, like there were at least a lot of people who, you know, saw the flower standee, and then, you know, they talked to me and they were like, hey, great job, you know, like you gotta like recognize that there are people who recognize your achievements, you know, like, and you should focus on those positive thoughts than the negative thoughts that like everyone else probably did not recognize it as much as like all the hard work you put into. Maybe, you know, your first job, like first week on the job, you're like, oh, like how did I even get this job? Like it's so hard, I'm like messing up, things like that. But the thing is, like, think about it, like you got that job compared to everyone else who probably like signed up for it, right? So like there's probably a potential that like whoever you're working for sees in you, and you gotta like twist that around, you know. You gotta be like, I'm not a failure even though I mess up, you know. Messing up is part of learning, and messing up is being human. So like you're maybe just probably like very hard on yourself, like emotionally, and like my brain is like mindly, I don't know how to say that. My brain is kind of blanking out a bit. But yeah, so like the Six of Wands can represent failure or lack of ambition. You might be like you were passed over. Well, you did just start your job, but like it does say like, oh, maybe you felt like you were passed over a promotion or raise. Like you maybe expect that you're supposed to earn more. Maybe like monetarily wise, it might feel like you're not earning enough, or like you spent too much and you're like seeing that it's like dwindling a lot more. The two trainees before you crashed out? Oh my gosh. Wait, what do you mean by that? I mean, you don't gotta tell me like all the details, but that sounds crazy. Are you okay? Did you crash out? Um, um, verse 6 of Wands suggests that you're having a huge sense of insecurity and self-doubt, you know? Let me write that down too. You're feeling like quite inadequate, and you're like fearing that you're not meeting expectations of those around you, which leads to a lack of confidence. And also you might be creating distance from other people as you're trying to navigate those feelings. Maybe it's like this card is to tell you like to confront those feelings too, or like maybe like you could reflect on having what you're feeling. Like maybe you feel overlooked or underappreciated, so you start questioning your worth or whether you truly deserve validation, like as a person, you know. The reverse 6 of Wands does invite you to confront those thoughts and like try to change how you perceive and think those thoughts that you have. So like, you know, like you gotta turn inward, embrace like self-reflection, shift your focus from like a public recognition to more personal achievement. Recognize who is the people like trying to like, you know, raise you up versus like the not to use this word, but like the sheeps or like the public people who just kind of just see it as just like a whole, just like something else in their day, you know. Additionally, like, you know, if you're still kind of feeling down, you could reach out to a trusted friend for honest feedback about your current path. Like maybe their thoughts can help you clarify what success truly means to you, and that might make you like have a different idea of like how things should be like in your mindset to be a little like changed. But yeah. I hope that helped a bit. Sorry if that sounded so strict. I know it sounds scary every time there's like a card that's just like, oh, you suck, you know? And then, but the cards actually just be like, you need a change in perspective, actually. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. I'm actually gonna grab some food real quick just so I can munch a bit. I'm a little hungry right now. Yeah, of course, no problem. Thanks for letting me do your reading. Feel free to have other people draw cards. Yep, one general reading. I'll get to you right when I Okay. General reading for chess. Ooh, the world. That's fun. Nice, nice. Major Arcana. Sorry, trying to write stuff down. So it means like a sense of belonging. Fulfillment in life. Harmony. The world, boom. I watched Steel Ball Run's first episode or OVA. And when they showed Diego Brando, they kept making the world's like sound effects, and I thought that was pretty funny. If Persona has taught me anything, it means you have the strongest Persona right now. Yeah. So the reason behind they use that card is that the world means that like you've encountered like a wholeness. It symbolizes that like within the inner and outer worlds, so yourself and others, that you feel like some unity in that. Some could call it like enlightenment or nirvana. There might be recognition that the individual self is profoundly linked to other things. Maybe there is a sense of fulfillment, achievements, like you completed something. Maybe there's a major milestone in your life that you've completed, or you've built enough resilience to withstand challenges in the world right now. Maybe there's like a completion of like a long-term project, and or like maybe you graduated or something and you've accomplished that. The world card can also show you have a desire to give back to the community in various ways, whether like it's like, you know, your neighborhood or your friend groups, things like that. You have a commitment to make the world a better place because you understand that everything in some way, shape, or form is connected. Okay, I'm getting hungry, sorry, hold on. So possibly in your relationships with people around you, you have a sense of deep fulfillment and gratitude right now. You have like happiness, whether or not you're in a relationship or you're single. You're happy with where you are right now. Like you have a self-understanding of yourself. You have... Sorry, my throat just keeps like thinking about eating. Like job-wise, and you might be having like a sense of fulfillment. Like whether or not you have a job, there's like a sense of like idea and fulfillment that you've like completed something, or you're working towards something that you're like willing to celebrate for. Even if you're not there yet, like you should be open to celebrate what you have already achieved. Cherish the time you have with yourself and others. And like maybe as a suggestion, it's not asking you to like just stop where you are. If anything, it's telling you that like if you already completed a goal in mind, you should consider setting up new goals that align with your passion. You could explore more different outlets or engage in different activities to like expand your mind. I know you've been doing a lot of traveling and taking photos, so maybe like you can work on those a lot more. You can also reflect on how far you've come with your journey with others, or even like in your projects. Just remember that like, you know, there'll be struggles within the, like every journey, of course, but like, you gotta remember to embrace all of that, you know, the good and the bad that comes with them. Hey, I hope that was helpful. Okay, I'll be down to do one more. If it hasn't been chosen yet, within the next 2 minutes. Like before it hits the next hour. If not, then I'm totally fine stopping here. I know it's a lot shorter, but I'm gonna have to take it easy, especially with my allergies kind of acting up a lot. And then I can also casually just chat with you guys too. Has anyone got to watch Steel Ball Run yet? I'm actually curious. Thank you. General reading? Okay. Nope. You're gonna probably wait till more drops. That makes sense. Yeah, I actually was gonna wait for it to drop, but then when I was with my friends, they're like, hey, you wanna watch it? And I was just like, oh, okay, sure. I was like, yeah, sure. I can do that. So I watched it and I was just like, wait, this kind of cooks. You read it though? Yeah, I actually thought about reading it after what I watched, and I was just like, nah, you know, like so like JoJo's, I've actually never read it at all. Even though I have the like I have all of part 3 in manga format. Like we just have the old collection of it, and I just never picked it up. But like I was just like, you know what, I rather, like, if I started with the anime, I'm just gonna stick with the anime. And it's kind of similar with me where I'm like, oh, if I started with the manga, I usually just stick with the manga as well. Okay, sorry. Let me do Neru's reading here. Let me write down Neru. Neru and reading. Now let's see. We got the Hermit. Wow, we got 2 major arcanas today. The Hermit, when it's upright, is self-reflection, introspection, a search within yourself, the Hermit is a seeker of the knowledge that comes from within, a lonely warrior, a wanderer in the path of the night. He searches for what can only be gained with long periods of solitude and the inner voice. To hear yourself, you must disconnect from the crowds whose voices and desires threaten to overcome your own. You may be contemplating that you need to be alone. Don't be afraid to take this chance to reflect upon yourself. It could help you like clear your mind of all the clutter that comes with everyday life. You might be having to take effort, use a lot of effort in taking action of like what you believe is authentic and aligning with your true self. A hermit's appearance in a reading can also denote the appearance of someone who will come to your life to be your mentor. Very big on like understanding yourself, people around you, life in general. Maybe you're contemplating your next steps in your career, maybe searching for purpose as well. Maybe there's like as asking you to have less focus on material goods and like seeing if there is something more ahead, like spiritually. The Hermit Tarot meaning can signal that you might need some time alone in order to develop some insight about yourself or others around you before you form a stronger relationship with them, whether that's romantically or, you know, as a friend group. This period might feel a little lonely, but like, you know, the initial and like the conversations at the beginning might be uncomfortable, but for yourself, this is to prepare a stronger foundation for tackling future events ahead of you. Maybe for like your career, like your job, or maybe your hobby, like you kind of have to spend more time thinking about what you want to do instead of just doing it. Like the path you're already like on is not really working for you, and maybe you're not feeling a sense of fulfillment from all that. So the card is kind of telling you to slow down, take some time to relax, understand like what kind of work really gives you joy in all different levels. Like if you're just pursuing a certain thing just for money, maybe maybe you're not in that situation where you have to worry about money anymore, so you want to look for another purpose when it comes to like your life or your work life, things like that. Yeah, so like I think this is a very nice card to receive. It's kind of in a world full of capitalism. I feel like this card is very nice to tell you to like slow down. You know, give yourself time to reflect, look within yourself and see like what you truly enjoy or want in your life. Sometimes you just have to like maybe take a break from certain things, seek a quiet space to reflect on your thoughts, allowing yourself to disconnect from like the outside world, whether that's like social media, with like, I don't know, like Discord friend groups that sometimes just happen too fast. This card's just like telling you like, hey, take it easy, you know? Like think about what you really want, things like that. just trust that the journey within will guide your next steps, you know, moving forward. I hope that was helpful. That was a nice card to end on. Alright, speaking of Steel Ball Run. So yeah, like, I actually never read JoJo's manga. Even though I have, like, certain parts in manga form in my house. In my observatory. But I think because it's like so old that I actually really just want to see how it looks in action, especially with JoJo's, which has so many things going on in the series itself. Like all the action that happens is really nice and interesting to see how they've adapted all of that. Yeah. So the first episode is like 45 minutes long. And it's the first race area from San Diego to like the first stop or something. You never watched JoJo's, but your friends are a big fan of it. I think it's a pretty good series. I personally like it. But I do understand that it could be like really overwhelming to start somewhere. Especially between like 1 and 6. It's like really overwhelming. But I do really like the first like the first quote-unquote season of JoJo's, which I consider part 1 to 3, which is like the Dio arc. I've been meaning to rewatch a series since Steel Ball Run dropped. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, what did you mean by Steel Ball Run situation is crazy? Like, what does that mean? Oh, the release schedule? Did they put that out or something already? Okay, Netflix said there'd be a weekly episodes, but there are no confirmed date for the second episode. So people are feeling scammed if they got Netflix just for Steel Ball Run. Oof. That's really tough. That's crazy though, like... Their social media stuff is a mess. What do you mean by that? Like they keep getting like misinformation to like fans and stuff? Oh, oh dear. Literally any Netflix post, 90% of the comments is just where's Steel Ball Run Netflix. Oh, that's so painful. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, yeah, when is the second episode coming out? I'm in no rush to read it or watch it. But I do really like how it looks and like how well it's adapted from like the art alone. But I also know that like I got this information from my friend while we were watching, and apparently like when part 6 ended, there was like a decade of like no JoJo's that happened. And I was like, what? No way. Like JoJo's just like stopped, and then like, you know, Araki was just like, anyways, here's the new series from me called Steel Ball Run, you know. And everyone was just like, what? No way, you know. That's crazy. So, and I mean, judging from the art and stuff, it looks like really good. Like the new manga back when it came out like in 2007 or something. Okay. Some people are I feel like the most that I've read or assumed is like the next few things are probably gonna happen in September, which really sucks, but yeah. Oh well, okay. Okay, anyone wanna play any any gaming, whatever it's called? An Anidol. Anime Guesser, that's what it's called. Annie Guesser. Let's play some Annie Guesser. And we'll end it with that. Oh, whoa, hi! This isn't in my background already, okay. Annie Guesser time, yeah! Hold on. I'll explode my table. Boom!